Me? Hi, Desiree. You're here. How are you? I think I don't think that you're ready just yet, but I think that you can click on the live at any point or the link that I sent you. Oh, yeah. I kind of thought that. Well, hello and welcome. And today is Friday, and usually I'm like, Happy Friday, but a lot of people have been off of work this week. And so, you might be celebrating the close of the holiday. But excited to be here, and I thought it would be fun to do a walkthrough of a deck. I got this for Christmas, and my son got this for me. Actually, it's the Clueless Tarot. And this movie was pretty popular in the 90s. I actually watched it the other day. Hey, Nat, how are you? Thank you, Desiree. But yeah, I watched the movie and then I went through the cards to see if like the art that they chose lined up with the meanings of the cards, and it was pretty good, But I watched it with my daughter, and you could tell that there's so many references, like pop culture references in that movie. Um, hey, Clint, how are you? So yeah, she didn't get it. And I figured that right away. Like as soon as they said the line about like, is this an Noxema commercial or what? And I was like, I don't even think she knows what Noxema is. But that is what I have for us, friends. How is your Friday? How's everybody doing? How's everything going? Good, I hope. Mm-mm-mm. Light my candle. This smells good. My daughter got me this. It's called Pink Sands. It smells good. Let's see. We gotta set the mood. No, you got the flu? Oh my gosh. Right. Yeah, man. Oh, that is awful. Well, I hope that you're feeling better. I was sick 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't the flu, but it was pretty bad, and um, I just hate it because it like takes you out completely. Amia, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here, my beautiful artistic friend. Awesome. Amia, I'll introduce you to Nat. Nat is the horse witch, and she has a beautiful horse named Kyle. And Nat, this is my friend Amia, and she is an artist. Okay, Desiree, sounds good. All right, so Desiree's at the DMV. All right, silver linings. I've had everyone's year-end tarot tag to watch. I love that hashtag. That is so much fun. I had a lot of fun watching those, and that's exactly what I did when I was sick. I watched, I don't know, about 40 videos. It was pretty intense. Yes, Amia is great at drawing. Best wishes, Desiree. I hope you get everything worked out. All right, so let's get into it. And I'm gonna say bonus points if you know the movie lines. So we are we're taking a look at the Clueless tarot deck today, and we're gonna start with the Fool. You might recognize these characters here. So that's Cher and Dion and Ty in the back. And like they did a nice job on the girls, I feel like. But some of the guys are difficult to tell like who's who. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So then we have um, Cher as the magician. And I feel like this is the outfit that she wore to the wedding, like when she catches the bouquet. Super cute. And then, shoot, I forgot the name of the maid, but that's the maid as the high priestess. I actually kind of like that a lot because she really knows the inner workings of the home. And without her, it's hard for them to keep everything going, keep everything moving. Uh, Even though she doesn't want to be, she organizes a lot of the things behind the scenes. So that made sense to me for the high priestess. I love that you got the deck and immediately watched the movie. Oh, I had to. And you know, it's funny because I just watched the movie 2 weeks before that. When I got the deck, I was like, I have to watch it. I have to watch it again. All right. And then we have D as the Empress. I kind of like that because D could, low key be a little bit bossy sometimes. These characters were a lot of fun. And then the boyfriend is the Emperor. So that's Murphy. Right? I think his name was Murphy. Woman, loan me $5. Oh gosh. They were so funny. I'm trying to separate the cards out as I go through them so I can give them a shuffle. And hey, family first. And then we can, do readings. So then that we have the teacher as the Hierophant. I forgot what the teacher's name was. The debate teacher. That was pretty cool. Hey, family first. And then this is really cute as the Lovers card. I like that they put the mom's picture on top because, the mom had passed away. So in essence, she becomes the angel that looks over the house. Okay, family first says, funny how every time I go on somebody's live, they get the Hierophant card. That's funny. All right, so let me see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I do them in piles of 6. I have just enough room. Okay. I like when there's little synchronicities like that. And that you notice, because some people are like oblivious. Then other people are like, ooh. All right, so then we have the Chariot, and that has to be Cher, crashing out the Jeep everywhere she goes. This was a fun scene when they're doing the Buns of Steel workout. We have that for the Strength card. Buns of Steel. Hey, Lori. Oh, it's your date night? Oh, that's so cool. Have fun. Enjoy your date. I hope you guys are doing something fun. And then here we have the other teacher, Mrs. Geist, right? The hermit, Mrs. Geist. I liked her character in the movie. This is probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie when she's walking past the water fountain and then it lights up and she has her major realization. That one is pretty cool. This took me a minute to figure out and understand because I was just like, who the heck is this guy? But this is Josh. Josh is coming in for justice. I guess that kind of, makes sense. He was always trying to keep the peace, you know, especially with his stepdad. I really like to try environmental law. All right, and then for the hangman, Travis. You remember Travis? Hey, Scotty. I'm doing a flip through today. We're looking at this deck right here. Clueless. Have you seen this movie? All right. I thought this was awesome. First of all, this deck is really thick. And yet somehow it feels fun in my hands. Okay. The death card is the driving teacher when he fails her because she crashes the bicyclist. Hey Mo, how are you? It's good to see you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How are you? How's life treating you? And this was Summer. I remember her, you know, I think she's like the straight A student, the goody two shoes. Judith Anderson, how are you? Happy New Year. Welcome in. I'm doing great. You know, a lot of people took time off. I did not take time off over the holiday, but it was very slow because everybody else was off. So it was quite relaxing. And that way, you know, I could use my vacation time some other time. All right. I thought this was very clever for the devil card. They chose Elton, if you remember. El, right here, Cher kept trying to get Elton together with Ty, but Elton was interested in Cher, so it was like a little bit of a love triangle. I didn't take time off either, but it was slow. Yeah, yeah, it was really slow. I kept a book by my desk. I just, you know, checked messages as they came in. You know, a couple of times people reached out, they needed help with something. And um, yes, Scotty, because in the movie, all of them had like famous people names, right? So the girl was named Cher, and the other girl was named Dion after Dionne Warwick. And then this was Elton. This is supposed to be a guy. I'll get close. See? He's supposed to be a guy. Um, awesome. Thank you, Judith. Yeah, we have the devil. The tower card. Okay, I'm gonna show you the tower card. When I saw this, I thought it was the school, but it's not. It's supposed to be, and it doesn't look like it. I feel like they kind of missed it on this one. This is supposed to be the gas station where she gets held up at gunpoint, which doesn't make sense because the gas station was at nighttime. She got held up at nighttime. For me, I feel like this to me looks like the school. I keep trying to remember the line in the movie where she gets the report card and she says, "A dark cloud settled over debate." I got a C minus. Oh my gosh. Even the devil card is not scary. No, because it's based off of the movie, right? So in the movie, this is the main character here. Her name is Cher. And this is the new kid that just gets to the school. Her name is Ty. And so Cher wants Ty to fit in, so she tries to set him up with Elton. But Elton doesn't care about Ty because Elton has his eyes on Cher. So it's like a love triangle. So they went a little bit of a different way with that card. Where was this one? XV. I'll put you there. Or maybe you should go here. All right. I'm never afraid of myself. Emo. All right, here we have Ty. Ty is the star. I remember this scene too, like when she when she goes to the skateboarding thing to support Travis and she's just gushing over him. The one with Clueless is not Reese Witherspoon. Let me see. Clueless was with the other girl. What was her name? What was the name of the girl from Clueless? Now I gotta look it up. Let me see. Clueless movie. Alicia Silverstone. That's the one. The one you're thinking about is the one where Legally Blonde, where she goes to law school. That one is the one with Reese Witherspoon. Clueless is with Alicia Silverstone. All right. Let me get my chat back up. Boom. Okay. I'm like the tower card, always falling down. That's okay. What's more important is that you get back up again. I don't remember Reese Witherspoon. No. Yeah. And it's funny because there's so many times when I'm looking at the cards, and in this movie her name is Cher, but I keep calling her um the name of the other girl, Elle. I keep calling her Elle from the other movie, from Legally Blonde. Yeah, Legally Blonde is a great movie. You know, that would have made a fun tarot deck too. All right, so we looked at the star. So that's XV11. Okay. Then this is the moon card. So this is Christian. I think this is like when she invites him to the house and they're outside kind of looking at the statues. And he's a bit of a mystery because at the time, she doesn't realize that he's same sex oriented. She's super interested in Christian. Yes, I agree. Legally Blonde would be awesome as a deck. All right. This is the Sun card, and you might ask yourself, why is there a lemon? And in the movie, she goes into the dad's office and she's making him some tea. She reaches out the window and she grabs a lemon from the tree. So it's super, super random, but it's the only time that we see a lemon. So she pulls that out and she uses it in his tea. And so I think that's why they've used the lemon there. Hi, Rama. Ramagiri Pavan. Hi, how are you? I see you have a question. I will do readings, but I'm not doing readings just yet. Maybe in about 30 minutes. Yeah, if you wanted to come back, you're more than welcome to. But right now, I'm just looking at cool cards. And you're welcome to hang out if you want to. You prefer limes. Is it because of the oh, what's the name of the beer? Coronas. Is it because of the Coronas? X1X. The sun. All right. This is pretty fun. Some of these are still sticky because, of course, it's a new deck. Nailed it. All right. The Judgment card is Amber. I love her as a Judgment card. If she doesn't do the assignment, I can't do mine. Whatever. That's what she says. Whatever. And then we have the World. I didn't really like the World. I mean, it's okay, you get what it is, but like because they use the same image as the Magician, it's kind of silly that they're using it as the World card too. Hi Teresa, how are you? Oh, thanks, Scotty. I was thinking they'd look a little beat up already because it's been a couple of weeks and I need to get them done again. Teresa, you know what we're doing? We're looking at this deck here. Clueless. My son gave this to me for Christmas. Hey John, how are you? Can you see? I see you. I see you. Hi Constance, how are you? It's good to see you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah. John, I saw a video came through on Fatima's feed, but I didn't see it on yours, or did I miss it? Let me know. Beautiful Constance. We're looking at Clueless deck. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but I think it's hilarious, and my son gave it to me for Christmas. You saw Fatima's video too. I know. I was like, where's John's? All right, so now we're going to do the wands. So they're using phones for the Ace of Wands. Now, you know this is the Inside Edition deck, and you know they sometimes struggle and they do some pip decks. But they did an okay job with this one, I'll have to say. All right, so we have the Ace. And then the Two of Wands is when Ty meets Travis for the first time. So that's cute. Although this seems more like a Two of Cups, but you know, that's just my own personal opinion. Oh, goodness. This one is a little bit on the pip side. It's the Three of Wands, and my daughter and I came to the conclusion that these are the depositions because, you know, in the movie, Cher's father is a lawyer, and she thinks that these are the depositions. Looks like the Two of Firecrackers. Yeah, that is true. And it's so nasty. Like, that's the lunch line. Do you see that? Remember when we used to get lunch at school? I don't think we ever had lunch like this. Um, our lunch came in like plastic bags that were like in some steamer, and then by the time you got your hot dog out of it, it was all like either hard, you know, the bun was toasted like to the point of being a brick, or the bread was mushy. It was like one or the other. It should be there. We might post at different times. Oh, okay. I'll check. I want to make sure. We didn't. We walked up and they passed us a tray. Oh, so they gave you the food. But my kids, when they went to school, it was kind of like this, like that type of environment. Then here's the Four of Wands when Amber gets with Elton at the school dance. All right. Then, hold on, because I got two cards are stuck together. This one is the Five of Wands. And this is the day that she fails the driving test, and then she finds out that Ty is interested in Josh, and so it's a conflict. School's no different than prison. Yeah, they got lockdowns and everything now. Goodness gracious. This one is I think the only one in the Suit of Wands that's like a pip card. They really did a decent job with this deck. It's not terrible. So this one is the what is this? Six of Wands. So you just have to kind of interpret it. Seems like a fun deck. You know, I think because when it's a movie that you like, you connect the card meanings to the scenes in the movie. At least that's what I do. Like when I read with Nightmare Before Christmas, it's a pip deck, so I read the pips. But then I look at the characters and I think of the movie scene that it came from, and I pull all of that into the interpretation of the cards. So I tend to do that when I'm using decks like this, you know, and it gives it a little bit more depth. A lighthearted, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. All right, here we have the Seven of Wands. That's when she's at school and that guy tries to put his arm around her and she's like, ew, get off me, as if. I did not like school. You didn't like school? I thought you was the class, what is it, the class comedian, the class clown? Me and you would have been friends. I wasn't the class clown, but I was the poor person that laughed at everybody's jokes and then I was always getting in trouble. Not the person who told the joke, me, because I was the one laughing out loud. School did not like you. That's impossible. We're not allowed off campus. Some people went home for lunch. I do remember that. Judith, we didn't have school lunches. We had to walk back home within an hour. We were only allowed to bring a lunch if it was -40 or below. Oh my gosh. I mean, when I was okay, I did not have like a, elementary school and middle school. We just did K through 8. And there were some kids that walked home for lunch, but they literally lived like super, super close. For me, I think I lived about 10 blocks away. So it would have been too much. By the time I walked home, it would have been time to walk back. There was no way I was doing that walk, in the morning and then again at night. That was just crazy. Hey Kimberly, how are you? Welcome. We're doing a walkthrough of the Clueless Tarot deck. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie or if you're into tarot, but that's what we're doing today. All right, this is the Eight of Wands. This is the book that Josh was reading when he was laying out by the pool and she's trying to convince him to go out for a drive. So that's like a stretch for the Eight of Wands. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but there's always going to be a couple of cards that you're like, oh, that's it? That's all you did? B111. Okay. You're tired, Judith? Did you work today? Yeah. You had to walk a long way. I had to walk a super long way. Super long way. This one is the Nine of Wands when they're doing the Pisno Beach disaster relief. So I'm guessing that there was a hurricane or something like that, and they were trying to put together a volunteer effort. Oh my gosh, are you? After this, you'll want to watch the movie. You'll know so much about it. Hi, Ollie. I am not from Pakistan. My best friend is from Pakistan, but I am actually from Puerto Rico. Isn't that when we are shown that Cher had a crush on him and he was out by the pool reading? Yeah, he was out by the pool reading, and then she had crashed or she got a ticket, a second notice on a ticket, and then the dad was like, "What is this?" She was like, "Oh, a second notice." He was like, "I didn't know that you could get a ticket without a license." Oh yeah, sure you can. It's like you're not allowed to take the Jeep out. So then she tries to convince Josh to take her out. I don't know if you remember. This is too much. I love this movie. So she tells him, "I totally intend to pause for animals. I intend to pause for animals." Oh my gosh. All right. And then this is the Ten of Wands. And this is just, some random cheerleader trying to carry too much stuff at once. All right, Judith, no problem. It makes you want to watch it again. I watched it with my daughter, but she didn't get it. Like everything went over her head. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer. Here's the boyfriend, Murphy. He's the Page of Wands. At least you get to see your favorite characters a couple of times. Remember when this movie, like, it was so popular that they created a sitcom? then. Like they had a show, a chick flick. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. The guy Josh was played by the guy who is the Ant-Man in, is that the Marvel movies or Ant-Man? So that guy played Josh in this movie. And then this is Josh's girlfriend. She's the Knight of Wands. I think it's hilarious that they included the masseuse. The masseuse is the Queen of Wands. She was literally in the movie for like 5 seconds. Ty singing, rolling with the homies. Yeah, rolling with the homies. And then here's Cher as the Page of Wands when she's trying to get the photos. Doesn't she look like a Botticelli chick? She said that. You know, there's a Botticelli tarot deck. She's like, doesn't she look like one of those Botticelli chicks? All right, we have the cups. It's just, you know, they talk about these coffees in the movie a lot. You know, she's always talking about she had a mochaccino, or, you know, she tells Christian, you had all those lattes before. So that makes sense for me. This is super cute. The Two of Cups, the teachers. Remember them? The love connection. Sucky Italian roast. That was cute. And then the Three of Cups. They did this, but I wish they would have done the scene. Hey, BD, how are you? I wish they would have done the scene where like she's heartbroken and they cut school and they take her, I don't know, to the mall or something to hang out. That would have been good. That would have been good. So, BD, I got this for Christmas. My son gave it to me, the Clueless deck. So we're just going through. We're just going through and looking at the cards. I'm gonna do readings later. Thank you for coming in. I went to Chip's live the other day and he was just feeling like all kinds of I don't know, gratitude is the best way. He was so awesome. I think that was that New Year's? I think you were there, but there were two lives. So I don't know. I was in one live and Desiree was in the other live and I was like, "Where's Desiree?" I only found Clint. So everybody, why do men like love at first sight? It saves them a lot of time. Seriously, John? I don't know. Do men believe in love at first sight? Yes, Scotty. My son got it for me. Not because I'm clueless either. He got it for me because he knows I love the movie. Silly goose. All right. That was the four. The four is pippish and the five is pippish. But, you know, I'll show it to you right here. Five of Cups. Somebody spilled their mochaccino. This card did not make sense to me. So this is the Six of Cups, and usually this card is about like nostalgia and memories and looking back. And they chose, remember when she invites Christian to her house and she thinks she's gonna like, you know, make out with him, and then she falls off of the bed and they're watching like TV and then he leaves. I don't, to me, that does not make sense for this card. It's one of the few that I feel like, why did you do that? Okay, John, I do every time I look at the mirror. Believe in love at first sight. Sure, just at first sight, but love. I mean, I guess that's possible. I don't know that I've never experienced love at first sight. I don't know that that's possible for me, right? uh, lust at first sight. That is different. I feel like that's possible. That could happen. Hey, Mary Wins, how are you? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. And okay, so then we have 5, 6, the 7 of cups. Hold on, because they're getting stuck together. It's a little sticky, this deck. I gotta break it in. All right, so this is the 7 of cups. They did Roman numerals here, and I struggle with Roman numerals. Hey, Bob Marley, how are you? All right, so this is the 7 of cups, where she tells them their homework for the weekend is to have fun. Thank you kindly, Mr. Bob Marley. And here we have the 8 of cups. The 8 of cups, this is what I think. I think this is when they go to the college party and he goes up to the bar and I think he tries to hit on the guy. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you. All right, so that one's there. I always like this scene at the end when they're at the wedding. You have a question? Sure, go right ahead. I'm not doing readings right now, but if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat. Okay. And this is the 10 of cups, when they're collecting all of the items for the Pisno Beach disaster fund. If I remember correctly, like, it's a success. So there's boxes everywhere. A lot of people came through with donations. Okay. Well, here's the Page of Cups. Do you remember this scene from the movie? Ty's near-death experience. Right there. And again, here's another, like, a random guy. The server. He's a server. Knight of Cups. I don't remember him from the movie, though. And then the Queen of Cups is the PE teacher. I thought that was funny. Hi, Excel Hills. How are you? Welcome in. And the King of Cups is, I think that's the principal. The King of Cups. Hi, Michael. I'm sorry to hear that. Car trouble on a Friday. That can't be good. Sorry to hear that. I hope they get there quickly. Okay, so now we're on to the swords. And there's the Ace of Swords. And if you remember, that's her pen. Her pen with the big poofy ball on the top. And, we have a classic Two of Swords. I like the colors in this deck, like the pinks and the blues. It'd be fun to find a cool, like, little oracle deck to put with it. And then the Three of Swords. If you look closely, the Three of Swords is actually a skateboard that is broke in half. Can you see that? Excel Hills, you don't understand, but you're trying to. Okay. So what I'm doing today is something very, very simple, okay? I got this as a Christmas present. It's from the movie Clueless. So this is a tarot deck and it's themed to the movie Clueless. I don't know if you're familiar with that movie. It came out in the 90s. Anyways, it's one of my favorites. My son saw it. He thought I would like it and he gave it to me. And we're just looking at the cards and talking about the scenes from the movie and seeing if the artwork makes sense for the cards. Yeah, this movie was something else. So we have let's see. The four, the four of swords when they're in the classroom. Nothing special there. But this movie, or this one here, the five of swords, like that's when he's driving her home and he tries to manhandle her and she gets out of the car. Remember, she gets held up. She gets held up at gunpoint. And then, they messed it up with this card. They could have done better. Six of Swords is just somebody's, pens in their pocket. They could have done better with that. And here is five, the seven. The Seven of Swords is that girl Summer. That's the party that they were at. And then over here, Eight of Swords. I kind of like this. It's a bit of a pip, but I kind of like it for the Eight of Swords. On their way to sign a deal, Six of Swords. I agree they could have done better. Yeah. Six of Swords. Usually that's like the card of embarking on something new. And instead, like, the pens are stabbing what looks like it's the report card. That's the report card. Bob Marley. Okay, like, can you please play nice? Thank you. Goodness gracious. Look at Desiree swooping in from the DMV. Desiree, Desiree came out of nowhere. Hiya! Goodness gracious. I was trying to be cool, trying to be chill, but he kept going. Like, come on, man. You're getting dinner right now. Okay. This is a classic scene. Do you remember this, Constance? The highway scene where she accidentally gets on the highway and she's like screaming her head off and the truck. Oh my God. This scene was the best. This was very well orchestrated. And that's a great Nine of Swords, I have to say. Her virginity went, what did she say? She went from something to non-existent with her virginity. Oh God. All right, so that goes, let me see, 9, right there. Okay. I mean, this is Pip, but it makes me laugh. Here's the 10 of Swords. You know that outfit. That's when the guy forces her to get on the ground and ruin her dress. And she has to call Josh. You're getting pho? That's so funny because Maya told her boss that she had never had it before. And her boss was like, "What?" So yesterday she comes home with, you know, with pho that her boss made that, she was like, "Oh, here for you." And I was like, "Well, not today cuz I made a special dinner." Yeah, the 10 of Swords. She was devastated. Yeah. And he forced me to ruin my dress. Well, she says, "I can't. This is an alaya." And a what? He says, "And a what?" That was the 10. The page? Hold on. I don't even know who this is. I gotta look this one up because I don't recognize this person that is the Page of Swords. Like, I feel like they did a good job of drawing the girls, but the guys are really hard to tell who's who. Swords. Has it been 30 years already? Wow. Yeah, because it came out in the 90s. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. And I was thinking because when I watched it, my daughter like didn't get it. She's like, "Is this like a Noxema commercial or what?" And I was like, "She doesn't know what Noxema is." And I was thinking in my time it was Calgon. Do you remember the Calgon commercials? Calgon, take me away. But today I don't even know what it would be because like I don't even know if people watch TV anymore. Your daughter hasn't seen the movie. Yeah, mine didn't see it. I watched her. I watched it with her, and she wasn't into it. She didn't like it. Calgon, take me away. That's what I grew up with. She said the Noxema commercial, but I don't know what beauty product now would be. You can't remember 2 days ago? Damn, Scotty. All right, I'm trying to find out who the Page of Swords is because it doesn't make sense. Page of Swords. Who is this? Oh, this is the remember when she says, "Oh, that's the Persian mafia. That's the guy." Clearasil. Now it'll be like the pimple patches. Mighty Patch. Oh my gosh. This is the guy from the Persian mafia. That's who that is. I'm gonna have to like I don't wanna write on the cards, but I'm never gonna remember that. Alright. The page, where's the 10? Where did I put the 10 here? Okay. The Knight of Swords. Ugh. That was like that lawyer, the attorney from the father's office. He was a jerk. Captain Tidy Bowl guy. I was always obsessed with Mr. Clean and with the brawny guy. I like the not. Was it brawny? Was it brawny? The Queen of Swords, Summer. That makes sense. Clint, you're back. Papi's back. I'm your friend. Listen, you almost lost me. Like some guy came in and he said we were fated to be together. He said we were fated. And Scotty was like, wait a minute, who are you even talking about? The lumberjack guy. Yes. Yes. And the guy from the Green Giant. Him too. Green Giant. I didn't think much of the 90s, but now that I look back at this, I'm like, oh yeah, that was fun. Like in the cards, they show like the flip phones. That was when cell phones started to be popular. And, that was like the transition from having a beeper to having a flip phone. Like back then it was like Motorola, right? Hello, Moto. The Queen. Oh my God, this is the best. King of Swords. Remember this? When he shaves his head at the party, and she's like, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna tell the kids? A week before prom, I'm calling your mother." Pagers, pagers went popping. I remember you had all these codes that you used to put into the pagers, so your people would know what you were trying to say. Oh my God. All right, here's Ace of Pentacles. It's a little bit of a pip, her purse. That one. And the 2 also. But you get it. You get what it means. The 2 of Pentacles. The 3 is also pippy. It's just 3 bags. I don't know. They could have done better. But I cannot complain because this is a company that they usually do a lot more pips. I feel impressed that they included as many scenes and characters as they did. Your play by play is the best. Oh my gosh. We used to sit at the bar and make our pages go off so we looked important. That's hilarious. Hebe, stop playing around. All right. Hey, Thomas, how are you? We're just hanging out. Okay, Four of Pentacles. Again, like a person that I don't even know who that is. She's just there with all her makeup cases. So that's the Four of Pentacles. This doesn't really make sense for the movie. There's a few cards like that. Okay, where's my mods? Thank you. And all right, here is the Five of Pentacles. This is the guy that robs her and takes her purse and her phone and all the things. Thank you, Scotty. That's right. Next time I remove you permanently. That's correct. You get booped. You will get booped. And then 4, 5. No, this is 6. 6 of Pentacles, the dinner with Josh and Cher and the father. You want to have what did he say? You want to have a frustrating life? And she's like, oh, he will have that no matter what he does. 6. Oh my gosh. Pentacles. Oh, this is the 7 of Pentacles. I don't know. Everybody apparently had a nose job here. Thank you. Oh, I love those emojis. They look so good. They look so good. Thomas Kilburn says, you have to set the bar as high as it will go. Well, that's how you achieve goals, right? Can't make it easy for yourself, but then you won't want to work towards it. 8 of Pentacles, the poor bike rider that almost gets taken out. Okay, you went to school in the area in 95. It was a special time. 95 like Interstate 95? Hold on, what are you talking about? Come back. Tell me. Ta. And then this is interesting. This is the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is like wish fulfillment, like finally getting all the things. And ironically, what she's doing is cleaning out her closet because she's finally doing something for someone that's not herself. So I love this one. You removed the bar. 1995, west side of LA. Oh, you're on the other side. You're on the opposite coast. I'm in Florida. All right. So, because I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Okay, and then here is, I think it's hilarious that in the 10 of Pentacles, what they show is the dad with all the briefcases and he's holding the lemons. The only time that we see the lemon is in the sun card. You are a problem solver, my friend. I keep tripping over the damn bar. Poor guy. Poor guy. But you just keep trying. You just keep trying. The page. I guess this is supposed to be Cher, but I don't recognize that outfit, so I don't know. Page of Pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles when she's trying to pick her computerized outfit. Like back then when that scene came out, it was like, "Woo, that's so cool." Now, are you telling jokes, Scotty? You gotta wait for John. John's got the jokes. I love this. The Queen of Pentacles, her mom. That was sweet. That was sweet. I have two leftover cards, so I'm pretty sure that I messed up somewhere, but that's okay. And then the King of Pentacles is the father. Do it. Yeah, now you do everything from your phone. Now you do everything from the phone. And you know what? I didn't even show you. Those are the card backs. They're fun. I think they're reversible, so you cannot tell which side is which. And now that was it. That was the whole deck. And oh, I know. I like these pinks and blues. Like they did a good job. That's the guidebook. It's just pink and blue. You know, a good match to the box. Super cute. Hey, Sharbaddy, how are you? Sharbaddy, I sent you an email. Did you get it? I sent you an email. Let me know. I'm waiting for, I was waiting for Sharbaddy, and I sent New York Debs, an email too. Okay, the shuffle is not terrible. It's just hard because it's such a fat deck. It's like one of those, like the cardstock is so thick that it like cuts into your skin. That's the only hard part. Cause here, like I'm gonna show you an example just so you understand what I'm talking about. The cardstock on a deck is so freaking important. Alright, just to give you an example, this is Clueless. Okay? This is an indie deck. Do you see the difference? This is 78 cards, this is 78 cards. So shuffling this is a piece of cake. Shuffling this is a pain in the butt because it's just super, super massive. Hey Leroy, how are you? I'm just shuffling. I haven't pulled any cards yet. Me and Scotty didn't get no email. Okay, Sharbaddy, she writes songs and she has some songs that I really, really like, right? She does, and then she does like the video and everything. And then she put out a song for Christmas, and I want to say it was called I'm Getting High for Christmas. And I was just like, this song is so cool. I love it. So I asked if I could like put it in my playlist, like on Spotify. So she said, send me an email. So I sent an email. That's why. Hey Vic, how are you? Leroy, you want a love card? Okay, I like her already. Oh, Sharbaddy is the best. Sharbaddy is the best. So Sharbaddy, drop your links in the in the chat so that Sharbaddy went live a few times in the last couple of weeks. Oh, thank you so much. I love that. I love that one. And the video is like hilarious too. So the email should come from me, the more intuitive me. So it should be the same, the same thing. Leroy, I don't really know what that means. Okay. Oh, look, John is back. How do you spot a blind person at a nude beach? It's not hard. John. John. Goodness gracious. Behave. All right, this is a fat deck. Oh, that's cool, Sharbaddy. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Goodbye, my friend. Did all the, like, what the heck? What's happening here? What is happening here? Did everybody just get out of one live and then come over here to this live? How long have you been a tarot reader? Thank you for a normal question, Daniel. I started reading in 2020. So, oh, you sub to her? Yeah. I like her songs. That's true. Trolls mean you made it on YouTube. I couldn't do it without you, trolls. Oh, they should have put that in the movie when the guy goes and he makes the speech at the front of the classroom and he says that, he wins the award for the most tardies, and he says, I could many people helped, and he gives special thanks to the team at McDonald's for making the little sandwiches, without which I may never be tardy. Oh, yeah, he was a stoner. Yeah. Yeah, and so, okay, so I was saying about Sharbati that she has a mix of music, like the one about High on Christmas. That one is like a reggae style, and then she has some that are like Western, but then she has other ones that are like pretty urban. So it's really cool. I like it. I like her songs. All right, let me see. Tell me something about me by looking at the cards. I mean, that's not really how it works, Vic. It's not really how it works. First of all, let me just say this. I use the cards for self-reflection and introspection. So if you're looking for ways to improve as a human being, to do things better or maybe to do things differently, I can help you with that. But like, I don't do a lot of divination style readings. I'm not like, I don't tell the future. I don't have a crystal ball, like none of those things. Just normal, you know, how can I be a better human? About that. What happened last night? I thought you and Jimena were doing a show. Oh, did I miss it? Is it like astrology? I mean, kind of. There's a lot of astrological ties to the tarot. So if you know astrology, then you could include that. Hi, Haby. Hey, Wonder. How are you? I'm just giving the deck a shuffle, and I'm gonna do some readings tonight. The whole idea was to go through the deck, and I'm gonna use this deck for the readings. And then if anybody has a question, feel free. Hi, Lori. How are you? It's good to see you. Yes, I am well. We just did, it's not an unboxing, but we did a flip through of the Clueless deck. So now I'm going to take it on a test drive and see how she reads. Oh, you didn't get it. Okay. Oh, because you changed your phone and stuff didn't transfer. You know what? Maybe I'll send it to you again just in case. Pimples 70. You just lost your father. Any help? Your father crossed over? Sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that, friend. That's tough. Especially this time of year, it's hard, Different decks for different purposes. Yes. Yes. So, I don't know if you could see that right there. Like, that's where I keep all of them. And then I keep my main ones here. And then I rotate them. But I have certain decks. I could use any deck to read on anything. But if I'm doing something a little bit more personal for someone, then I have specific decks that I would use based on the question. Like if someone has a deeply spiritual question, I might use one deck. If they have a love question, I might want to use something a little bit different. It just kind of depends. To Clint, not pimples. Okay, I get it. Vic, you are a good person, and I'm happy that you're here, but, we got to keep it clean. a lot of money involved between three. That could get interesting because when someone passes away, all of a sudden, you know, feel like money brings out sometimes the worst in people. So, hopefully it won't get too convoluted for you because it's not easy. Like you're dealing with a loss. Then on top of that, you have the one, every family has one, like the one sibling that feels like everything should be for them. Your sister's trying to take it all. Yeah. Hopefully your dad left a will. Yeah. You're asking for help. Okay, so would you like me to do a reading for you? Thank you, Daniel. Be careful airing all your laundry online. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. Like if you have a very online readings are great, you can get answers or confirmation. Sometimes people come for confirmation. Like they already know the answer to the question. They just want somebody else to say, yes, you should do this, or no, you should not do that, right? But sometimes when you have deeper questions, this is not the right platform, right? Because this video, it's live and it stays there forever. People could see it, people could hear all about the situation, and it's just it's tough. So I will say, I mentioned earlier, I usually, my readings are more about self-reflection or introspection. I don't read on medical situations. I don't read on legal situations, and I don't read on health. So, you know, and then I guess while I'm at it, I will just share. Remember that you should always consult a professional. The cards. Um, I would just say this is probably for all intents and purposes, for entertainment purposes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Money sometimes. I don't know if it makes them evil, but sometimes it brings out the worst in people. Yeah. That is very true. For me, it's very important to have a space that is safe and supportive. The numbers, Glasgow weddings. Hi, how are you? Oh, are you in Glasgow? That's cool. What time is it over there? Yeah. I got into tarot reading. Well, I think I started like a friend introduced me to meditation. Then I started doing that. And then through meditation, I started my journaling practice again. So I started doing more journaling. And then, because once you start doing one modality, other things come into play. And then I remember like switching into yoga at that time and doing yoga. And then like eventually it was like a path. Like eventually I found myself with tarot, and I went back and forth, like I don't know if I should do this. And then one day I just said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I ordered a deck, I gifted it to myself, and the rest is history. It took a while to learn because there's a lot to learn, and I still feel like I'm a student. I still feel like I'm a student. Bob is back. Who let Bob back? Scotty, you were supposed to be watching. Oh my gosh. All right, so let me see what is happening here. Good company. Oh, yeah, okay. Money makes me go to the guy in the bar while it lasts. Oh, goodness gracious, Scotty. Some people dislike you. Wait, hold on. So there are people around me who after some time dislike me without reason, even though I'm helpful to them. Well, that's hard because your perception is that you could be helping them, but hey, Desiree, I'm glad you're home. So your perception could be that you're helping them, but what if they don't feel like it's helpful, right? Then now there's a conflict because you think one thing and they think something else. Maybe their idea of helpful is different than what your idea of helpful is. So that is, that's a possibility. Yeah. Reading live less tiring for you than in-person readings. Reading live can be exhausting at times, and that there's times that I can go for a while, but then there's other times that I get drained easily, and it depends on the topic of the readings. Sometimes we have like really profound readings, and then I have to stop because I'm just completely done. So it's tough. You sound like one of my exes. There's a black shadow behind you. Oh no. Let's turn on the light. Hold on. There. All right. Hopefully that'll help. The black shadow is my bookcase. All right, buddy. I'm off to eat. Okay, Clint, thank you for hanging out. Yeah. A box ordy. Will I get the rented bungalow that I really want? Do you want me to read for you? I can read for you. I don't think there's any questions in the chat right now. If I missed a question, please tell me. But yeah. Do you have a separate channel for readings that are private? For private readings, you can email me and on my if you see the Nightbot link for Fourth Wall, you can book a reading there, and then we can make arrangements. Oh, Charbatti, that is so sweet. Thank you. That's true. When you walk in the light, you don't fear shadows. That's what I'll say. When you walk in the light, you don't fear. Yes. Thank you, Judith. There's no shadows. There's no shadows here. It's nonsense. Nonsense, I say. You're not bothering. Pimples, you're not bothering. You have a heavy heart right now, right? And here's the thing, like, sometimes we're going through situations that are hard. And then you talk to your friends, your family, your support group, but you get to the point where you start to feel bad, or you start to feel like you're burdening them with your pain, with your feelings, with your situation. And then it's easier to talk about it with strangers than it is to talk about it with them. And and there's nothing wrong with that, so don't feel bad. Thank you, Teresa. Aww. All right, friends. So let me see. Was anybody waiting for a reading? If you're waiting for a reading, please type #me in capital letters. And that is something I will say about this channel. This channel is all about like love and support and improving our situations, because I really feel like we have free will. Just because things are going a certain kind of way right now doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way moving forward, right? we have free will over our lives, and we're able to, you know, take steps and make changes that would bring about a different outcome. You're just observing. That's okay. That is okay. Desiree, did you make it home? Are you having your dinner? Ta. All right. Earlier, when we were going through the cards, we had a few people that came in looking for readings, but now that we're done going through the cards, no one. Much love to us all. 2026. You're not eating yet. Okay, she's home. Phone in tow. Thank you, Desi. I already booped them once, but you know, I don't know what's happening here. Thank you, thank you. Colin Maharaj, hello. How are you? Hello and welcome. All right, so I'm gonna pull. Let's do a sample reading them. Thank you so much. Let's do a sample. Maybe we could do like Desiree is with the quickness, man. She'd be like, yeah. Let's do a reading for the collective, and maybe we could theme it around. You know, it is the new year. A lot of people consider this to be a fresh start. You know, an opportunity to implement change. So we can do our reading, listening, and playing video games. Okay, thank you, Constance. That's not a problem. Family time is super important. So I'm glad you're having time with your kids. Let me see. All right, so hold on. Oz, hi, how are you? Hi and welcome. Asho, hello, how are you and welcome. Okay, Pimples 70. I'm gonna pull one card for you. Mag M 3858. Hello, I see you. Thanks for being here. All right, let's pull a card for Pimples. Pimples is having a tough situation right now. I don't know what Pimples' question is. Pimples hasn't really said. They're just having a tough situation, and maybe we could get some information here. All right. I'm seeing something about a choice, Pimples. You have a choice to make. And I don't know what the choice is. It's probably related to the situation that you are in and how you're going to handle it, right? Like, we cannot control the things that happen to us, but we can control how we respond to things or how we react to things. That we can control. So for me, I'm seeing a choice, a decision, because right now it's like a balancing act, a back and forth. That's kind of what I see with this card. There's this back and forth, this interplay, right? Possibly between you and the other siblings. And the other card that I see is the Wheel of Fortune, which means change. Okay. Wheel of Fortune means change. Now, that doesn't mean it's a change for the good, and it doesn't mean it's a change for the bad. It just means big change is coming. This is a major arcana card, so big change is coming. If you know this up front, then you can influence or manage how you respond to those changes without getting like overly emotional. But what I'm seeing here is this is your time to kind of be evaluating what your options are and then choose how you're going to respond to those. So that's what I have for you. Let me know if that helps at all. Yeah, there's a lot of new names. Thank you for being here, friends. Please remember to like and subscribe. Tap on the little bell. I like to go live at least once a week to do readings and other things. So feel free to do that. All right, so that was for Pimples. And then, sorry, I felt like there was somebody else that was waiting. Let me go back. So, okay, that was Pimples. Okay. Hi, Colin. You're from Trinidad. December 14th. Okay, so Sagittarius. Nice. Uh, okay, Jatin. Today I am 19. Okay, so it's your birthday. I think I am not that mature, but what advice can you please give that would be helpful to me in this age? All right. So you just turned 19. I'm guessing are you done with school or are you still in school or are you pursuing like secondary? Like, is your question more about what you're going to do work-wise? Is your question more about education? What is it about? Okay, so I'll wait for Jatin to respond. SIDVT, hello and welcome. It is a pretty planet. Desiree coming in hot with the emojis. You're welcome, Pimples. Yeah, we hope it gets better soon. Mila, hi, how are you? Hello and welcome. Thank you for liking. I appreciate you. Your pho is getting cold. Are you eating, Desiree? Please eat. Lots of trolls, I know. Okay, Teresa has a question. What do you see for me in the new year? All right. So let me pull cards for Teresa. And then Jatin, it's about education. Okay, Jatin. So let me read for Teresa and then I'll come back to your question. Cards for Teresa. All right. Well, damn. Well, damn, Teresa. All right. No charge here right now. Yeah. Yeah. I don't charge for the readings. Donations get bumped to the top of the line, and that's pretty much it. Why do card readers charge money for a reading? Well, I mean, it's an exchange, it's an energy exchange, right? If you have a question and you go to someone, they're providing a service to you, right? So that's why there is a money exchange, usually. Well, so Teresa, um, hi Angela May, how are you? Teresa, it's like what I get is that there's something that you're wanting to do, but at the same time, there are other things that are coming up, things that are up here that are getting in the way or slowing you down or making you rethink your situation or questioning whether or not you're doing the right thing. So you can let me know if that is on track or not. But we have the seven of cups in this card. So seven of cups usually is about like choices, having too many choices and feeling a little bit of like overwhelmed, not really knowing which way to go. And then part of that is that um you delay your decision because you kind of get lost in your thoughts, right? You maybe you daydream a little, or your mind starts to wander and you put off whatever it is. But I'm also pulling in the energy of the card, right? This is the card, or this is the part of the movie where the two teachers finally get together, and for the first time they decide they're not going to give them homework. They're just going to let them enjoy their weekend. That's their chance to do something different, right? So you have this energy, um is the relax, have fun, enjoy your weekend, forget about homework. But at the same time, on one side you have the Eight of Swords, which is all about like limiting beliefs, the things that we were either programmed to think as a child, or the things that we tell ourselves that stop us from taking a step forward. And then on the other side is the Ten of Swords. The card of like, I'm done, I can't do this. There's too much going on. I'm just kaput. What it is that you are trying to do, remember that the mind is you know a little bit tricky, right? So sometimes those things get in the way of our true potential. And there are times where I feel like if you feel a little bit of fear, right? You feel fear in your heart, but sometimes it's a good fear, right? Like it's the type of fear where if you feel like it's a little bit on the scary side, it might be worth it for you to do, right? Only you know what that is, right? Like there's an opportunity for growth, is how I'm seeing it. There's an opportunity for growth and for potential, but I feel like you're blocking yourself from doing it because you're letting your own fear and anxiety get in the way. And you feel like it's going to fail, like it's not going to work out. And then what? But I think you have to take the chance. I think you have to take the chance. And maybe, I know that you're doing this journaling journey right now. And so something that I think I find helpful is ask yourself questions like, from a place of curiosity, right? We're not judging ourselves. We're not forming opinions. We're just, asking curious questions. We seek to understand, right? So if you start to feel like your anxiety is moving up, you might want to pause and ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Like you're not judging yourself for feeling that way. You're just asking, like, why? And then you keep trying to get to the bottom of it until you finally get to the root cause. And that is what you want to address. But I agree with Scotty. I feel like you have to shoot your shot. Hopefully that helps. You're welcome. Oh, you're welcome. I know the chat's getting out of control. There's no list. There's no list. All right, I'm going to go back. So that was for Teresa, and then let me see. There was go here, Jatlin or Jatin. Jatin, are you still here? Let me see. Let me know if you're still here. And then you had the question about what to do next at the age of 19, and you said that it was more about education. So those are the two people. Paulina, hi and welcome. Sorry, I was a little behind with the chat. And I know there's a lot of trolls, but I still want you to eat your food and enjoy it. All right, so then we did Teresa and Paulina we got. Jakey we got. And okay, SIDVT. There's always a toll, even in death. Lay the coins, spin thy eyes. I don't know why that took me back to the movie Scrooge. One of the movies, they put the coins, or they're like, no, don't put the coins because then people will that's a waste of coins. One of the versions. There's so many versions of that movie. Yeah, everything has an exchange. Yeah, like if the tarot reading didn't mean anything to you, then you wouldn't be asking. But if you're asking, then you recognize the value of the reading. And so, it makes sense that you would exchange, right? Um, yeah. And Angela May, I think I said hi to you, but I just wanted to make sure. And then Jakey, if you have time, could your cards tell me what my purpose is on this blue orb? Oh, that's a very general question, Jakey. What are you currently doing on this blue orb? Let's start there. What are you currently doing? It sounds like you don't have satisfaction from what you're currently doing. I'm going to get my cards shuffled while we hear back from Jakey. I'm a dreamer as well. I don't know why the chat keeps jumping, so hold on. Okay. Scotty says he's a daydreamer too. Angela May and Emily. Angela May and Emily. I'm gonna have to start writing these down. Hold on. Because if not, I'm not gonna remember. Oh, I didn't have a pen. Here's one. All right. So, Jakey had a question. Angela May, Emily, and then Emily. Des better not have a list. Des better be eating, kinda, she says. Yes, let her eat. Ta. Fear is overwhelming. Yeah, it can be. And there's something about like when you finally have that moment where you come to peace with your decision and your choice, it's like that fear, like that was the hardest part. Once you come to terms with it and you take that first step forward, it's like everything just falls into place and it'll be just fine. Oh, Constance, you're so sweet. Thank you. I don't know what we can do. Let me see. Okay. I'm just getting caught up on the chat, so give me a second. Sunny Poppies needs a friend. Okay. And then Jakey, trying to keep myself alive. Okay, so that's a very powerful statement to make, Jakey. How can I best support you? Jatin, you're still here. Okay. So Jatin was first. All right, Jatin. So I have you on the list. Okay. Teresa had to leave for dinner. Angela May, I have you on the list. Jatin, I have you on the list. And okay, so Jakey, in my youth, I had thoughts. They're gone now, but my wife told me I was a disappointment, and that made me doubt life in general. I know I can't blame her or tell her, but I need to find my purpose. I'm sorry that someone said, you know, those words to you. And it's just making me think, right? Because her feeling of disappointment is not a statement of your worth or your value. Her disappointment, that's something that she has to work through. That does not become your responsibility, right? That's a her problem, not a you problem. So I just want to make sure to say that first. Thank you, Daniel. Have a good night. Okay, let me see. Emmanuel, Happy New Year. Thank you. Hello and welcome. Okay, Sharbati, I'll send another email. That's not a problem. And then, yes, I agree with Scotty. A lot of people speak from their own issues and they get angry. They don't know how to express themselves or their emotions, so they lash out at the first person they could get their hands on, which unfortunately happens to be you, right? Um, can you please start? Chatting. Okay, I'm gonna start. Give me a second. Maliana, Happy New Year. I love your name. That's beautiful. All right. Oh, is Pimples here again? We appreciate you, Pimples. Okay, so let me read for Jatin. Jatin is 19, young, beginning life, impatient, wants to know what to do in terms of education. All right, so Jatin, let me know. Um, your question is about education. Now, are you going to school? Are you trying to narrow down a career choice? Like with the tarot, it's important that you have a specific question. If you have the answer to the question is only as good as the question. So if you are not really sure what you're asking, then it makes it difficult for me to answer the question. So far what I have from you is very general. You're looking for guidance on what to do, and then you mentioned that you wanted to include um like the education component. So what I'm going to ask is, Spirit, what does Jatin need to know with regards to next steps, education, career, etc.? What does Jatin need to know? Thank you, Sharbati. Oh, I didn't get to read for you. Did you want me to read for you? I didn't get to read for you. I'm sorry. All right, Jatin. Jatin, do you have a romantic partner in your life? No. Okay. Do you want to go to school, or is it that your family wants you to go to school? I am alone, happy with parents. Hey, Chris, how are you? It's good to see you, mate. sounds good. Yes, it is carpool night tonight. I'll be on the truth wave. All right, Jatin. One major arcana card. It is the Lover's card. And this is a choice, right? And it's a big choice. This is not like a what should I eat for lunch today? This is a big choice, a big decision, something that can impact your future steps in your life, right? So you have the Lover's card. You're at a place. So I don't know if you're the one that's putting pressure on yourself to make a decision on school, or if you are feeling the pressure coming from your parents, like, come on, what are you gonna do, so one way or the other, you're in the situation where you need to make a decision, right? And what's coming up is anxiety, a lot of fear, and a lot of doubt. Okay. And it also sounds like because of that, there's a lot of conflicts, right? Maybe you're feeling one kind of way about it and your family feels a different kind of way. Is it because of the subject matter that you want to study? Because that's another thing that sometimes come up. Like sometimes you have an interest in one thing, but your family wants you to study something else. So I feel like you definitely have a choice to make, and it's causing some problems. It's causing some challenges, and there's definitely like heated conversations or heated thoughts, like angry thoughts. But I feel like I need more than what you're telling me. Hi, Cotton Picker. Yes, these are readings, and I do not charge for the readings. If you feel called to make a donation, you can get bumped to the top of the line. Right now, we have a list. We have quite a list, so I'll just say that. That is correct. All right, Jatin, tell me what's going on for real this time. That's correct. You are completely right. Okay. So, we already know the situation. You have to, make a choice. There's a lot of like conflict, drama, right? There's a lot of drama. So, I'm going to pull a charm and see if we get some advice. All right. The charm that came out is this. Have you ever played this game as a kid? Rock, paper, scissors? For me, rock, paper, scissors is like, it's a game of chance. You're not invested in the choice or in the decision, so that leads me to believe that perhaps you don't have an interest, in school. Perhaps you don't have an interest, but maybe you're not saying anything because maybe you think that that's going to cause more problems, at home. But it is important to be honest. Be honest with them, but I think more importantly than that, you have to be honest with yourself, right? Because this, at the end of the day, this is your life. And it's your choice to make. But we can't just like kind of go with the flow and well, we'll see what happens, or we'll see how it lands, we'll see how it goes. No. You definitely have to make a choice. That choice could be telling your family the truth. That choice could be getting serious about what you want to do. It can mean a lot of things. Only you know that, Jacqueline. I know you're young. You're 19. Sometimes people want to take a gap year when they're done with school, right? While they figure things out. But I'll tell you what, sometimes you take the gap year and then it makes it even more difficult to go back to do anything else. So if school is something that you feel like, I do have an interest in it, I just don't know what to do. Well, you don't have to make a choice right away, but you could at least start and get the ball going. Um, if school is something that you're just completely not interested in, then you have to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself and you have to be honest with your family, right? And it's not easy. It's not going to be easy, but I think it's important to take that first step. Hi, honey bunny. How are you? Okay, you are completely right. I will tell them. Okay, that's good. I mean, I think it's important, to be honest and share your feelings and here's what I'll say, right? It can't just be, no, I don't want to go to school, but let me tell you what I do want to do. So either way, you have to be like, you have to come correct. You have to be prepared. You have to have like, I don't want to do this, but here's what I've been thinking about doing. You have to have something. I know, yeah. Yeah, it's been out of control tonight. All right. So that is my advice for you. And SIDVT, Yahweh doesn't have to troll. You're absolutely right. Because you know what? Yahweh didn't go to chat rooms to troll. People went to Yahweh. That's how it worked, right? Jesus attracted people to him with his loving, kind energy. Jesus didn't have to hunt after people and be like, come join me, come hang out with me, come believe in my cause. So that's, the difference right there. So, and then Cotton Picker, I'm going to add you on to the list. And there is a list, okay? So I'm just telling you right now. All right. Bless me for my upcoming exams. Well, I don't have any kind of power like that, Jatin. But at night before bed, when you are like Mila, I will add you, Mila. You are up at the top. Okay. At night before you go to bed, like if it's your practice to pray or whatever your practice is to do, do that and ask for those blessings. I'm not I'm not the right person to bless you in that way. But I do hope that you will be, clear and direct when you speak to your family and that you put together, a little bit of a plan. So that, because if they feel like, okay, Jatin doesn't want school, but at least Jatin has this plan B, then, that will make them feel like at least you have a plan, right? That's the scariest thing, I think, as a parent, is when your child is just kind of out there, but they don't have a plan. So best wishes for you. Mila, yes, I have you. Exactly right. Okay. Shabnam, do my husband and I can be together or not? I'm gonna add you to the list, but the list is getting kind of long, Shabnam, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to tonight, but I'll add you to the list. Shab. And then Hassan, 3747. Happy New Year. One question. So HUA Hassan. Okay. I'll put you on the list. These minutes were very helpful. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. And good luck to you, my friend. All right. So that was Jatin. Is Jakey still here? Okay, and then Jakey, and then while we're waiting, um, Mila and Angela. Let me know. Drop your questions in the chat. Angela May Hookings and Mila, drop your questions in the chat because we're still waiting to see if Jakey is here. Wahasan 3747. Yes, I added. I thank you, Judith. I added him to the chat. I mean to the list. Okay, Mila. Will Za try to contact me? Okay, Mila, thank you for your question. Thank you for being here. Let's clear energy because there's been a lot of trolls here tonight. So let's clear energy. Okay, Jakey, you're back. All right, so I'm pulling a card for Mila and then I'll pull for you, okay? Hang tight. All right. Mila, will Za try to contact me? Will Za try to contact me? Okay, thank you, Angela May. So I'll do Mila and then Jakey and then Angela May. Jakey, put your question in one more time so I can find it a little bit easier. Will Za come back? Oh. Oh my goodness gracious. Contact me. All right, Mila. So this is for you. Your question is a yes/no question. I'm going to tell you right now, from what I'm seeing, at this moment in time, the answer to that is no. Okay? We have the Tower card. And the Tower is basically taking something down that you are wanting to hold on to, but it's not helping you, it's not serving you, it's not in your best interest, and it's time to let it go. So, just based on that, I would say no, I don't think that they are going to contact you. Okay. Here's the other thing I'm going to say. The two other cards that came up, we have the Seven of Swords. That's usually a card of trickery. Okay. That's a card of trickery. And then we have the not only the 7 came out, but the 8 came out, which is the card of self limiting beliefs. And I really feel like at this point, you are holding yourself back by waiting on Za to connect with you. Did Za ask you? Did Za ask you to wait? Or did you just decide that you wanted to? Ben Bacon Bits, how are you? No, he didn't, right? So you took it upon yourself, but now what's happening is that now you're waiting for something that's probably not going to happen. And then with this 7 of swords, I mean, it's the card of trickery, but it could also be that you have to be a little bit more strategic in your thinking. You have to be a little bit more strategic in your thinking. I don't think that this is the person for you, at least not right now. Not at this moment. Not at this moment. There's too much going on. 7 of Swords, that's air. 8 of Swords, that's air. Then we have the Tower card. That it's just a lot of very, very heavy energy. And I'm taking it by the fact that you're asking this question is that you probably have feelings attached. You probably have feelings attached. A lot of people have been saying, oh, the tower's coming out for me a lot. Yeah, the tower's coming out for a lot of people because, you know, we're moving out of the year of the snake and we're going towards the year of the horse. So it's gonna be time to like put things into place, you know. I pulled a charm just in case. We got the hatchet. It's time to cut that person out of your life. That's what I'm getting for you. It's time to cut that person out of your life. And I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but that is the message that's coming through for you. Yeah, the fire horse. Yep. So that is my message for you, Mila. Okay. All right, and then next we're gonna go on to Jakey. Jakey wanted to know his purpose. Still eating. That must have been a large soup. Emily, am I on the list? Yes. So right now I'm reading for Jakey, and then after Jakey is Angela May, and then after Angela May is you, Emily. Okay? And I'm pausing readings right now because I have too many on the list. When I get caught up, then I might open it some more, but right now I have too many, so let's pause for a minute. Sarah Som, can I be added? I don't know because I feel like I missed a bunch in the chat. The blue fire horse. Fire horse. All right, so I'm gonna keep moving because if not we'll be here all day. So let's see. So that was for Mila. Now we're reading for Jakey. Jakey wanted to know like what's happening. You're done, Desiree. I'm glad that you ate. I'm sorry that my live totally got in the way of your food. I hope that you don't have indigestion. Mr. Bits, it's you. Can I be added? Sarah Soam, right now the list is quite long, so I will check. Philia, yes, like maybe let's see how it goes. Let me see how quickly I can move through some of these, okay? Farts not included. Oh my god. No, what are you, nuts? That's no way. You look like a witch. Okay, that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but maybe you could put your picture in your profile and then I could also comment on your appearance. It's not fair. Yeah, for real, there is a lot of trolls. There's another one. Past your bedtime. Okay, thanks for looking out for me. I'm sure you have your own grandmother to look after. Yes, nourishment is very important. Ladies, don't fart. All right, so this is for Jakey. Jakey wants to know. Jakey's wife has been saying some harsh things, some harsh comments, and I don't know if Jakey's wife knows that it's hurting you this badly. So I don't know if she knows. So it could be that she spoke without even realizing how much it would affect you. But if she knows, then that's really not very nice. So what message do we have for for Jakey. I think it's important. Like, if you like to get tarot readings, there's literally hundreds, thousands of people out there that do readings, and everybody has their own style of doing it. And I think it's important that you find somebody that, you resonate with, because, if not, it's not going to make any sense. There's a lot of people that read online. Sometimes I get readings from other people, but I'm very selective over who I let read for me. Jakey, let me ask you something. You said that she said it in anger, but she still said it, which is true. Is her personality like, is she like the caretaker of the home, the person that, takes care of everybody and gets the chores done and, keeps up the house and helps with the bills and that type of thing? There's an energy that's coming up in the cards, but I don't know if she is the planner. Okay. So the first card that has come up is the Two of Pentacles, and usually that means that you have a choice to make, right? You have a choice to make. So there's this back and forth here. So let's pretend that one of these is you and the other one is her, okay? And you both are going back and forth over what needs to happen, what, needs to be agreed upon, whose responsibility is what. And it's very important that this always feels balanced and fair. Okay? If it doesn't, that's when things get out of hand. So if she made that comment or she made that statement, it could be that perhaps she's feeling like things are out of alignment, or like she's carrying the heavier load. And so she's speaking out of anger, right? And it's not nice when we say things, but sometimes when we speak out of anger, unfortunately, these are the things that happen, right? Things come out. But there's always a silver lining there, right? Because at least you know the true feelings. It's not anything that she is trying to hide from you. She's frustrated, she's upset, and at this point, she broke down and she blah, 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 she said it. Now you know, okay? So now you have a choice. You have a choice to make. The other card that came out is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, this is the type of energy, like this is the person that, like you said, very planful, the nurturer, takes care of the house, takes care of, the kids, takes care of the responsibilities, juggles everything. Pentacles are connected to earth energy, so it's a very grounded energy. And these are all the things in our regular day-to-day life. So it could be health, it could be career, it could be family, like in your home unit. And she could be doing a lot of things right now behind the scenes, And here's a big complaint that a lot of times we hear from people is like, uh, we're doing so much behind the scenes that other people don't even see or recognize, right? Like, you just automatically, like, it's just always done in your house without even realizing that they're the person that are making it happen. So I was asking you about her personality because I feel like this is her energy that is coming through in the reading. And the final card that came out is the Page of Pentacles. Again, it's really interesting, Jakey, because every single card that came out for you is in the element of earth. It's Pentacles. Another way that people say pentacle is the coin, right? You often hear that, like, oh, gotta make the dough, gotta make the coin, right? It's money. At the end of the day, everything is comes down to money. And that is probably one of the biggest things that married couples have disagreements about. And so you have a choice to make. And perhaps what you can do is, Page is a very new energy, but it could also be like a new message coming in. It could be a new way of doing things. Pages are also very curious and they like to learn, okay? They like to learn. So once everyone's emotions have calmed down, perhaps something that you could do is sit down with her peacefully and ask what is it that she feels needs to change, and then you can decide if you agree or disagree and go from there. But once she puts her demands on the table, that is when you can make a choice if it's something that you can do for her or not. So this reading isn't really giving you a purpose for your life, but what it's suggesting is that perhaps you sit down with her and put your cards on the table, listen to what she has to say, like give her the opportunity to speak. A lot of times in a partnership we feel like the other person doesn't hear us, right? So give her a chance to speak, put her demands out there. This is what I would like, and then at that point you can decide, yes, I could do this, no, I can't do this. And then if there's something that you can't do, perhaps there's a compromise that you could work towards. But either way, it's a choice. And I think that that choice starts with being open about who's doing what, so that you don't have somebody that feels like they're getting taken advantage of or like it is not fair for you. So let me know. It is really hard for me to talk feelings in general. Yes, that is very, very difficult for a lot of people, but I think it's important. I mean, this is your life partner, right? And if you can't discuss with her, then how, how will you be able to move forward, right? Like this, you could consider this a blessing, right? In disguise. Like she put out there, yes, she was frustrated and she said some things and they hurt your feelings. And I get that. But in a way, she gifted you with the truth. Like she told you how she feels. So now it's time for you to do that. Give her the same courtesy, right? Give her the same courtesy. So that is going to be my advice for you, Jakey. I'm a real good actor and my goal in life was to keep her up and happy. I know, but here's the thing, like if someone sees through you, like when you're married to a person, they know you inside and out, and they can tell when you're putting up a front and they can tell when you're being honest. And there comes a point where we as people don't want to hear excuses anymore. We don't want to hear lines from a playbook. Like we want to, like let's get real. Let's talk about this, you know? So that is my advice to you. So hopefully that helps in some way. Lena, that's a personal question, honey. If you want to talk Jesus, you should probably go to a religious chat somewhere. All right. Yes. Well, I mean, you could feel like that. Baka for HI, we need Jesus, but here's the thing, different people believe different things. And in here, in my space, I feel like I want this to be a space that is open and friendly and supportive to everyone, no matter what their personal, thing is. So, what you feel like, oh, I believe in Jesus, maybe somebody else feels they believe in something else, right? Uh, and, who are we to say you're right, you're wrong? We're not here for that. We're here to love on each other and support each other. So, that's what I'll say about that. All right, Jakey. Hopefully that helps. You know, you're just taking all of this in. You might want to like sleep on it, right? You might want to sleep on it and then see how you feel about it in the morning. And I wish you all the best. Thank you for letting me read for you, Jakey. And feel free to come back whenever you would like. All right. Angela May. Angela May, honey, are you still here? What if she breaks down? I have no pillar to lean on. So that makes it even more important to do the right thing, right? If you have to think to yourself, like, is my life better with her or without her? If the answer is with her, then you have to try a little bit harder. And you can be a pillar too. Like, women and men are both pillars in different ways. So you have to find out how you can be her rock, and she probably already knows how she can be your rock, but you have to support each other. It can't be one person holding the weight for the whole family, basically. All right, Angela May, you wanted me to pull a card for you. Was it general? Word, Scotty. If you can't lean on yourself, who can you lean on? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. So we'll do that. I'm reading with the Clueless deck because I just unboxed it and I wanted to see how it would read. A lot of times you see these decks and you're like, oh, they're just for fun or playful or whatever. But I feel like so far it's been pretty good. I need some smudge, some Palo Santo and sage. Yeah, for real. Let's clear some energy real quick. It's been pretty insane. Aquarius for life. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. And tonight, I did a flip through of the Clueless Tarot deck, and now I'm taking it for a test drive, and I'm about to read for Angela May. All right, my dear. Spirit, what does Angela May need to know right now? Ooh, you have a queen coming through, Angela May. You have the Queen of Wands. And this is probably like one of my favorite queens, probably because I could relate to her quite a bit. The Queen of Wands is very charismatic and charming and positive, optimistic, full of energy. She's the kind of person, like, she attracts people to her with her energy. So if you I don't know, you tell me what you feel like your energy is like, because perhaps this could be you, or this could be saying it would be helpful for you to take on some of this energy, right? Because we all go back and forth in our energies. We don't show up the same every single day. Sometimes I wake up and I feel amazing. Other times I wake up and I feel tired. I had a rough night's sleep. Sometimes I wake up and I feel down, right? It's normal. Every day is different. And so on a day that I might feel down, I might need to think to myself, you know what? Like, what would the Queen of Pentacles do in this situation? Or the Queen of Wands in this case? Well, the Queen of Wands is super charismatic and loving and friendly and charming and bold and powerful, and she's a leader, she leads by example. And so if there is something, cramping my legs was a good day to come home. Okay. All right. So, if there's something that you have been wanting to do or meaning to do, the Queen of Wands could be saying, you got this. You got this. Great. Okay, let me know if that makes sense, Miss Angela May. And then I'm going to pull out a charm for you. You need to move. Wait, is that still on the table? You had talked about that a few times in November. Two charms came out, Angela May. All right. Oh, Judith, thank you. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you, thank you. All right, Angela May. The first charm that came out is this bird in a cage. And this always makes me feel like there's things that you want to do, but you feel like you're trapped in your situation and you don't have a lot of freedom or flexibility to do it. Okay? So, this is where that Queen of Wands energy could help you, right? You want to be closer to your sun. Okay? The other charm that came out, because there were two that came out, and I'm going to show you. It's a camera. And I think it's interesting because here the queen has a cell phone and here we have a camera. And I feel like this is a connection, right? It's a connection. You have like the phone to make a connection to your son, and then the camera, like capturing life's moments, right? When you take photos, you're not walking around taking photos of, gloomy days or the pie that got burnt in the oven, or like a bad hair day. Like, that's not what you're looking for. When you take photos, you're looking for those little things that are bringing you joy, right? That you want to save because you want to come back and look at it one day. And so I feel like if this is something that you really want to do, there are steps that you can take to make it happen. So here we have the Queen of Wands, and um, maybe that doesn't answer all of the questions for you, but I definitely feel the energy. Your energy is you want to have that connection and you want to be closer to him. Um, And I guess my question for you is, what is stopping you? Like, what is stopping you from doing that? You love animals and trees. I bet I could see you going around outside, taking photos. I saw a movie once, and the lady, she had a pet bird like this, and she was in a marriage and she felt trapped in her marriage. And then at the end of the movie, she set the bird free, and then she set herself free. And it was so, so beautiful. Money move things to sort. Okay, so you have financial goals then. You have financial goals. You need to find a way to save money so that you can make that happen, right? This is crazy talk, but what if there was something that you could do to earn a little bit of extra money? You know, maybe you could crochet or knit, take photos, edit photos. Like maybe there's something that you could do to earn a little bit of extra cash. The Queen of Wands would be like, where there's a will, there's a way. That's what the Queen of Wands would say. Find a way to make it happen. So, yeah. Lovely Angela May. I love to read for you, my dear. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Save some energy for Truth Wave. Oh, I will be on Truth Wave. All right. That's Angela May. Okay, it's 7 o'clock. So I'm going to go for another hour. I think I'm going to go for another hour. So let me see if we can get this list knocked out. So the next person is Emily. Thank you, my darling. Let me come over here and see if I can find Emily. You know, I was kind of feeling like the charms would be really good with this deck, so I'm glad. Kathleen, how are you? It's good to see you. Okay, Emily is here. All right, Emily, drop your question in the chat. So, in terms of the list, I cut off the list a while back because the list was too long. And I'm only going until 8 o'clock, so I have 55 minutes and I have 4 people waiting. So I have Emily, I have Cotton Picker, I have Shabnan and Hua Hassan. Those are the 4. Any major turning points for Samuel and me in 2026? Okay, that's a great question. Philia, no, honey, because I cut off questions because I've been online for quite some time and I'm going back online later tonight, so I need a break in between. And yeah, I have Cotton Picker. I have Cotton Picker on the list. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you know what? Here, like if you subscribe to the channel, if you tap the bell, it'll let you know when I go live. And then what you because this. Okay, sorry about that. YouTube shut down on me. Can you hear me? Let me know. All right, so I lost my train of thought, but I know I'm reading for Emily right now, so I will be on Truth Wave. And on Truth Wave, it's not a reading like this. Like on Truth Wave, it's just, we pull a card and really it's up to you to find, to find your peace with the messages that come through. So it's a little bit of a different style of a reading. All right, so we're reading for Emily. And Samuel is my significant other. Any major turning points for Samuel and me in 2026? All right. I mean, not for nothing, but I think like this little Clueless deck is working out great. Take a break. Oh, that's a good reminder. Thank you so much. Oh, that felt good. I'm so lucky, you guys. Here, let's bring the Hamza in for some protection. Because there's a lot of weirdness today. Puff, puff. Yeah, that would have been nice. Wave that 5G away. I know, she did. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Emily. Oh, Emily. Any turning points? Turning points for Emily and Samuel. This deck feels just like my Nightmare Before Christmas. Like it shuffles well, And the cards present themselves nicely. I like it. Mmm. Wow, this is a really positive message for you, Emily. Really sweet. So the first card that is coming through is the King of Pentacles. You know, this is the last card of the deck, the King of Pentacles. You know, Pentacles is connected to earth energy, so it's all about um finances. Some people think of it as finances, but it could be anything like connected to, when I say element of earth, like it could be all things here, like the mundane things, our finances, our job, our career, our health, our family, the things that happen within our home, right? And with the King of Pentacles, like this is the energy of leadership, it's an energy of power. Like this is an energy of a person who has taken their time to build something slowly but securely over time without cutting any corners, and just honest to goodness hard work. That's the energy of the King of Pentacles. You know, they're it's a mature energy. Um they've secured their situation, their finance, and they're able to take care of themselves and take care of their family, their home, and it's just a great energy, right? So you have that, but then you have the ace. You have a ace of pentacles. That's a blessing, right? That's a blessing coming from spirit, from the universe, from God, however you want to think of it, right? It's a blessing coming in. There's going to be a new beginning, a new opportunity coming in for you. So you can look for that. Something new in the element of earth, okay? And the final card, which I love so much, is, hold on, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is like, the number 6 is usually tied to like harmony, right? But the 6 of Wands in the tarot deck is usually about, it's about celebrating accomplishments. It's about uh finally getting that recognition that you've worked so hard at. And so just overall, when you look at all this energy together, it's like super positive. You have like new opportunities coming in. You have like, if there's if this card is coming up, then that indicates that there's a success that is ready to be celebrated, right? So you have success. You have opportunities coming in, and then you have the beautiful energy of the King of Pentacles, which is very grounded energy, like very stable. Like this isn't an energy that's just fly by the seat of my pants. No, like um they're very methodical and they plan things carefully, and they always prioritize this versus anything else. It's gorgeous. I love this reading for you. So, are there major turning points? I don't know so much as major turning points, but I think that there's going to be a new opportunity that comes in, and it sounds like it's going to be something that is going to be for your benefit. That's what I'm seeing. So hopefully that makes sense for you. All right, I'm scrolling back down. Salted caramel. Jackie B Readings. Hi, how are you? Thanks for dropping in. Yes, I love this for you too, Emily. It's pretty awesome. It's a great message. And I wish you all the best, because it sounds like this new year is going to bring some fresh new things for you. All right. You were headed to Chipotle and then you saw the Japanese steakhouse and you had to have it. Of course. Chip, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Chip, you know that song that says, the freaks come out at night? The freaks come out at night. You know that song? Please tell me yes. That's music from my time. The freaks come out at night. Freaks come out. I need a backup singer that says, the freaks come out. And then I say, the freaks come out at night. And then they say, the freaks come out. That's what happened to me today. Every every freak possible came out tonight. Oh my gosh. All right, Emily. So that is your message. Thank you for coming in, my dear. I'm gonna mark you off the list. All right, next we have Cotton Picker. Cotton Picker, full moon energy. For real. Houdini. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I love that song. That was my jam. And what was the other one? Wait, is it the same song? Friends. How many of us have them? Let's be friends. Remember? Before we go any further. All right. So it's Cotton's turn. Cotton's turn. I'm waiting to see if Cotton is still here. Like, we had to put protection out. Look, we had to get the Hamza out. We have to block those evil eyes. Where's the other one? Here. Boom. Constance. Constance. Magic wand. All right, Cotton. Tell me again what your question was, Cotton. Tell me again what your question was. Oh my God, it was intense. It was intense. Sarah Solm, you're still here, sweetie? Oh, there's a couple people that are waiting to be added. I'm gonna wait and see. I have 3 people, so if I can get those done, then I'll add. But I'm dropping around 8 o'clock, so let's see how it goes. Okay, Sarah? All right. What is your cast? Is that supposed to be castle? Castle? What is your castle? That wouldn't make sense. How did I do well last semester? The grades haven't come out yet. Wow, that's crazy. My daughter got her grades already. I'm asking for her cast. Okay. Nitty. Is there another word? Let's get a general sense of Cotton's grades for last term. How did it go? How do you feel it went? How do you feel it went, Cotton? How were the grades? How were the grades last semester? Was it a success? Was it a struggle? Was it hit and miss? Because sometimes we think we did okay. Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that's a positive message for you. No? What does it say? Weekend homework. Have fun. That means don't even think about it. Don't sweat it. I was juggling 2 jobs, so I didn't get time to study. I know. But you know what? Here's the thing I'm going to say, right? The semester is done now. So, like, let's say that it wasn't favorable, right? That the grades came back and they're not what you hoped for. At this point, it's already done. All you could do is focus on what's to come ahead, right? And here you have this one here, this card, and it says, have fun. In other words, enjoy your days now. Like, it's, if you start worrying and obsessing about the grades before they come, like, how can you even enjoy the break before you have to go back? I don't know about you, but my daughter will go back on the 12th. Okay, so you have a little bit of time before before you restart, and try to let your hair down, relax, unwind. Although if you're working two jobs, you probably didn't do a lot of relaxing and unwinding, but the grades, they're done. There's nothing else that can be done. The best that you could do is try a little bit harder next semester. Maybe you'll have different teachers, or maybe you'll have different types of assignments. Or the other thing, maybe there might be opportunities for extra credit or things like that. That's what you could do in the future. But right now is not helpful to you to worry about what happened back there. It's already done. So I want to put your mind at ease. Accept that if the grades come back, good or bad, you've learned from that situation and then you move forward. Yeah, you do. Because how can you recharge your batteries and get ready for next semester if you're worried about what happened last semester? So, yeah. That is what I have for you, my friend. Best wishes to you. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you can at least, enjoy, uh, the little bit of time that you have before you you have to go back. I know it was cool. I'm telling you, this deck. People are always like, "Oh, decks like that, they're not gonna read," but they are. Like they read great. There's always a way. Like when you look at that picture on that card, that doesn't make sense for the 7 of Cups. So then don't fight it. I read it like based on the picture instead of the meaning of the card. Okay, that sounds good. Come back and let me know. I would love to get an update. Thank you. All right, that was Cotton. Let's see. Next person was Shabnam. Happy poop. Oh my god, that's so cute. I saw it. I saw it. New Jersey. I don't talk like that. I'm just saying. I probably talk more Jersey-ish if I was in New Jersey because your accent comes out. All right. Bloxy Prods. Hi, Bloxy. No, I'm sorry. I don't remember you. I don't remember you. Should I? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so I put a call out for Shabnan, and I haven't seen Shabnan come in. So after Shabnan was Hua Hassan. Are you here? It's your turn. So I mean, if that what makes you happy, Bloxy. Oh, goodness gracious. People just, I don't know what to do sometimes. If that's what fills your cup, Bloxy, then amazing. Good for you. Okay, let me see. Okay, so Hua Hassan is here. All right, so put your question in the chat for me, hun, because the other person is not in here. Rav Shan, hello, welcome. Val Terez Sendez, boa noite, boa noite. Are you Portuguese? Okay. You want to know if Gabriel has feelings towards me and if is coming back to me. We are in breakup at the moment. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, we're going to be pen pals because you know why? We both have fountain pens. And I was going to listen to this. I got a fountain pen And then I was like, well, I like blue ink, so I'm just gonna get blue ink. And she was like, that's so vanilla. You gotta get something else. And I was just like, what? So then I messed around and I was like, well, purple is my favorite color. So let me look at a purple ink. And then I found a video, and then the guy, he did a video comparing like 25 purple inks. And I was like, what the heck? It's like tarot. It's like tarot. The guy opened up his cupboard like that and he had like 1,000 things of ink and a thing full of pens. Some of those pens are like $150. I was like, what is happening here? Oh my God. I was like, I do not want to go down that rabbit hole. But since Desiree said I was being vanilla, I bought turquoise. Desiree, I bought turquoise and purple. That's it though. I'm cutting it off. I'm cutting it off. But then it's not just the pen. Now you need the ink. Now you need special paper. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. All right. So I am reading for, okay, Shabnan left. So I'm crossing them off. Wahasan wants to know. We're reading for Wahasan. And let me see. Wahasan said if Gabriel has feelings and if they're going to come back because they're broken up at the moment. So let's pick a card for Hua Hassan. Let's pick a card for Hua Hassan. Right there. What's happening here? I had no other choice but to pull two cards, for God's sakes. Okay. Then for Gabriel, Puerto Rican from Philadelphia. Then we're putting a card for Gabriel. Gabriel's a Libra. You're a Cancer. You know, Cancers are very, this is hard, right? Because Libras are like, they want to keep everything balanced, keep the peace. And then Cancers are very much in their feelings, so it's probably very hard for you to be on this break right now. Yes, I am from Puerto Rico, but not from Philly, from New Jersey, from Jersey. That's where I'm from Jersey. All right, so we have a card for, well, I ended up having to pull two cards for you, and then I pulled a card for Gabriel, and then we're going to pull a card for advice. Okay, this is very simple. First of all, let me just say that there's a card that came out that has come out about 4 times tonight. And that tells me that that message is not just for that person, but for the collective. I feel like there's a lot of us that are stepping into the new year with a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of worry, like things that we should probably like let go of. It's not helping us, right? All that does is give you more gray hair, more headaches, more lower backache, strain in your chest. You ever feel like, oh, my neck, I got this, oh, my shoulders feel tight, you know what that is? That's the physical manifestation of the stress that you're carrying. And we need to let all of that in the past. So let me just put that out there. Okay. Now, Hassan, I'm calling you Hassan for sure, okay? A card for your energy. We have the lovely Sun card. I'm feeling that you may be an optimistic person and you're looking at the situation and hoping for the best. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. We also have the Eight of Wands. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, I know the meaning of this card, but the image on this card is a little bit different. And I think that what it says in the book is more relatable to the reading. So I'm going to tell you real quick what it says. Eight of Wands. I was just looking at this earlier, and if I remember correctly, it was something about you can't change other people as much as you might want to, right? Okay, right here. So the example, because if you remember in the movie, the guy had a toupee, right? I mean, not a toupee. He had a goatee, right? And it says here, look, if your friend wants to grow a goatee, it's not your place to change their mind. Okay? This card is a gentle but much needed reminder that you cannot control the choices that other people make. I feel like this is speaking directly to you. Okay? I know you're trying to be optimistic and you're hoping for the best, right? You have that lemon and you're trying to make lemonade with it. Okay? But that's not what spirit is saying. Is you can't change other people. You got to let people be who they are. Okay? It says you cannot control the choices that other people make. Contrary to your sorry, it's a little bit hard to see because it's dark. Hold on. Contrary to your luck in matchmaking, most people will use free will to move throughout their lives. Okay? So it is time to let them make those choices for themselves, even if they make choices that you don't agree with. Okay? And it's based on the movie, but like it's something that we could all relate to, right? It's like your friend that wears that outfit and they're like, how do I look? And you're like, well, it's not my favorite, but they feel happy wearing the outfit, so you got to let them. They want to. So that's the same thing that's coming through for you, right? If this person asks for a break, your only option is to respect that and give them the time that they need, okay? Now, I pulled a card for their energy. We have the Four of Swords. They're taking a break. Four of Swords is about a rest. So maybe the relationship was too much. Maybe there was a lot of back and forth. Maybe there was disagreements on how the relationship was progressing, and they just decided, you know what, I need a break. So you got to respect that, right? When people take mental health breaks, it helps them to recharge. It helps them to think about things differently. It helps them to see things from a different point of view. So, we don't know if after the break they're going to want to come back or not. All we know is they've asked for a break. We should honor that. Okay? The advice. We have the Eight of Swords. This is the card that I said that has come out like a million times tonight. The advice is stop worrying. Stop worrying. You cannot control their behavior, okay? You cannot control their behavior, so it doesn't make sense to worry. All you can control is your behavior, your attitude, how you show up, the choices that you make, how you react to things, how you respond to things. Those are the things that you can control. You cannot control how other people respond. So that is the over. I know this is a bit heavy, maybe a little bit harsh, but I feel like I need to be direct and let you know that you got to give it time. And if they come back from the break and they say that they're done and they want to let it go, like you have to honor that, because a relationship is a two-person operation. If one person doesn't want to be there, it doesn't matter how much you want to be there. There's nothing there to go back to. They've moved on. So, yeah. No, you're not fat. You just bought clothes and knives. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. I don't think that Hua Hassan liked that message very much, but it is what it is. Here's the thing, when you come to tarot, only ask the questions that you feel prepared to hear the answer to, right? If you know in your heart that you're not prepared to hear the answer to that question, then please do not ask it. Do not ask it because, you know, you have to be prepared for the outcome. You have to be prepared for that. Okay, so we have about 30 minutes, and there was two people that were waiting to be added to the list, and I didn't add them at the time because I didn't know what was going to happen. So I'm going to attempt to find them real quick. There's a lot of cheese discussion. Yeah, for real. Yep. Ben Bacon came back. Karuna, hi, how are you? Karuna 5400, how are you? You can't ask specific questions. Because if your question is, am I going to win the lottery tomorrow? And the answer is no, but you need the money? Like, why are you even asking the question? Oh, I'm just going back through the chat because there was two people. The chat is moving quickly. If you're here, make yourself known. You know who you are. I said that I was going to finish the readings and we were going to see how it goes. If that is you, put me a comment in the chat. I'm looking because I remember the names of the two people, so I'm just looking. But it's hard. There was a lot of activity in the chat. It's hard with all the troll comments in here. Goodness gracious. Tonight was a night for trolls. I be trying to show these trolls some love because sometimes they just don't know how to act, but it's hard. Trolling. Trolling with the homies. Me and Desiree be trolling. Sometimes we be like, oh, whose live are we going to go to? Let's go here. Then from there we go somewhere else. Here, Sarah Sohm, are you here? That was one. That was one person that was waiting. And I don't know if I'm going to remember the other person, but I'll keep looking just in case. Just in case it's not, the system is not 100%. But, we make do. We make do with what we got. Do I need to put the bins out earlier this week? Oh my God. You sound like my son. I thought it was a holiday. I didn't know I had to put the bins out. Dude, put the bins out and stop playing. Sports dude was here and he said, yo. Right back at ya. Yo. Ta. All right, I can't find who the other person was, so I'm going to stop it right there. Kathleen. Kathleen, I don't think it was you. You weren't the person that I was thinking of, but I'm happy to read for you because I don't know if anybody else is here. So Sarah Sohm. Oh, Sarah Sohm is here. Okay, Sarah Sohm. All right, so I'll read for Sarah Soam, and then I will have time to read for you, Kathleen. So just let me read for Sarah Soam, and then I'll read for you, Constance. Okay. All right, Sarah Soam, drop your question in the chat. Sarah Soam. I was shuffling the deck. Okay. Feeling of zine towards me. Wait, what? Hi, Daniel Barris. Ports highlights. That's cool. How are you? Welcome in. You stopped the list. That's okay. I got Sarah's own. Sarah's own, I don't understand your question, my dear. Um. Hi. Oh, you were doing fasting? That's pretty cool. A mod's job is never done. Can we give a shout out to all of the mods that have been helping tonight? Because I know Desiree had her hands full, Constance had her hands full, Judith had her hands full, Clint was in here, had his hands full, Scotty was in here, and he was doing the same thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all my beautiful mods. I appreciate you. Because it's hard to do this without having somebody, helping you out. Like, it's out of control. Yes. All right. Blue ice. Blue ice. I saw an ink today for a fountain pen, and it was called Blue Ice, and it was nice. It looked like your picture. It totally did. Thank you to my lovely mods. I appreciate you. All right, my dears. Okay. So Sarah, where was your question? Because I don't think. Oh, I got 100. I got 100. I don't think that I understand your question. The person with the green pick. Yeah, I don't know what that is. All right. I'm checking in the chat. Zoolander? Oh, I don't know, but there was a ink called Blue Ice. It was so cool. Let's shout out. I want to shout out my members. Oh, I got to update this. My members, Desiree, Anna Mez, Ben Bacon. I get an enchilada. Oh my gosh, Ben Bacon, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you, thank you. Aww. So we have Desiree, we have Anna Mez, we have Viviana, we have Clint, we have Victor. Thank you, thank you. I love you. We're doing a lot of cool things, or I'm doing a lot of cool things. I hope other people think they're cool too. I'm attempting different things. I did a pick a card reading for the first time ever. Um, so I tried that today. I don't think Victor is here. I haven't. Sometimes he comes in and he lurks, but I haven't seen him yet today. Um, but yeah, today I did pick a cards, and sometimes I do some other things, and it's been a lot of fun. Strength, patience, love. Oh, I love that so much. Hi and welcome. Thank you for being here. Victor is sneaky, sneaky. All right, so Sarah, are you rephrasing your question? Because I didn't understand your question, my dear. Sarah Soam, rephrase your question. All right, so while we're waiting, Kathleen, 1193. What's your question? Kathleen, 1193. Let me know. I type with gusto. I type with gusto. Ta-ta. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Oh my God, Cotton. See, I told you. 3.73, that's amazing. You see? The cards don't lie. The cards don't lie. That's awesome. Congratulations, my friends. I'm happy for you. That's amazing. So you guys, Cotton was the one that got that card. Like no homework, weekend homework was have fun. See? Now you can have your well-deserved fun. All right, so I asked Sarah Sohm to rephrase her question, and I asked Kathleen 1193 to drop her question. Well, here's Sarah Sohm. Hold on. What did she say? Feeling of Zine towards me. Okay, I got you. All right, Sarah. All right, so I'm going to start working on the reading for Sarah, and then Kathleen, if you could enter your question, that would be amazing. Congratulations again, Cotton. Super proud of you, man. Well done. Okay, let's clear energy. Okay, you're welcome. It's me, Simple. I changed my handle. What? Stop it! Oh my God, it's you. You're right. There's a little A in there. Simple, you cracked me up. You changed your name. Hold on. Hold on. Simple. Oh my gosh, Simple. Welcome in and Happy New Year. What did you decide to do, Simple? Did you decide to take some time with the tank, or did you decide to add a friend to the tank? Kathleen, will my daughter move house in the next few weeks? Okay, Kathleen, I see your question. All right. Mani Shadow Donorlana, questions are closed right now. I'm just wrapping up the final readings, okay? But feel free to please, subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get notified. I go live once a week. I do readings. I'm going to tell you right now, the readings are popular, right? So if you want to get a reading, try to jump in early because the line gets long really, really fast, okay? All right. So this is for Sarah Sohm. She had a question about Zine. Okay. A message for Sarah. Is there going to be a connection with Zine? Zine. Happy poop. I looked up just in time. All right. Yes, you are. Yeah, there's happy poop. Clint sent me happy poop. Okay, Sarah Sohm. I'm gonna say that based on the energy right now, I don't think it's gonna work out the way that you're hoping it's gonna work out. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up real quick to the question. Kathleen wanted to know about her daughter. Feeling of Zion towards me. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Eight of Pentacles is usually a card of apprenticeship. And to me, this means that this person is focused on their goals right now. They're not focused on anything else. You could see that Cher's car is full. This deck, by the way, in case you didn't know, is from the movie Clueless. So it's helpful if you're familiar with the movie, but if not, I'll explain what I'm seeing. This is Cher's car. And Cher has unlimited access to money, and you can see that the car is full of packages, things that she has bought and purchased, right? And so for me, that's Zine. Zine is like working on all the things that they're working on. They're focused on their goals, so much so that they don't even notice you over here off to the side. And you could be like trying to get their attention. I'm right here. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. But they don't notice because they have so much going on in their current, situation. So for me, that feels like not right now. And then the other card that has come up is here, the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is usually about like, um, oh, Judith, okay, bye. Thank you for being here and thank you for all your help tonight. The Four of Cups is, in essence, it's like you are looking at a situation, hoping for an outcome. That outcome is not happening. You're so focused on that one thing that you don't recognize other blessings that are coming your way. That is what this card is about, right? And so maybe it's an issue of, because you notice that this card is very zoomed in, right? And that's how I see, like you're very zoomed in on this situation with Zine. But I feel like you probably need to take a step back. You probably need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, because I don't think that Zine, like I said, Zine is working on Zine things. Zine's goals, Zine's plans, Zine. Like Zine doesn't see anything else. And then the final card that came out is Seven of Pentacles. Okay? This is a card about patience. This is a card about patience. Now, I'm not saying, sure, I think you should sit and wait for Zine. That's not what I'm saying. But to me, what this is saying is, right now in this situation, the way things are going, it's not going to pan out. And um, it's probably difficult for you because perhaps you're feeling a little bit impatient with this whole situation. But this Four of Cups here tells me that there's other opportunities, other blessings that are meant for you or coming your way. And if you pull out a little bit and take a step back and look at the big picture, perhaps you're gonna be able to see that blessing for yourself. So that is the message that I have for you, my dear. Bye, Judith. Okay, let me know if that resonates for you. And simple, I'm taking it a day at a time. I did a pretty blue Aquarius theme. Ooh, oh, I love that so much. I need to go check out your tank. I think that's awesome. So, friends, in case you didn't know, Strength, Patience, and Love. Her other channel is Simple Family, right? Simple Family Lifestyle. And she has a tank. And the star of the show was Blue Lobster, that I was passionately in love with. And unfortunately, Blue Lobster passed. And it's it's really hard because Blue Lobster was probably a big part of how her channel blew up and exploded. And she's doing really well. The channel had a lot of success, and and I'm sure she thinks like a lot of that had to do with the help from, everybody was interested in Blue Lobster. Blue Lobster was always there. Blue Lobster was always causing havoc and eating the other fish in the tank. But Blue Lobster was so cool, and a lot of people came to hang out and watch the tank. So it was really sad when Blue Lobster passed away. And then Simple was trying to figure out like what I should do. So she set up the tank to honor Blue Lobster, and I really love that. So thank you for that update, friend. Beautiful. All right. So blue pincher crab. All right. Hugs, my friend. Hugs to you. I know it's not easy. Losing pets is not easy. All right. The next person was Kathleen, 1193. All right, here, Kathleen. And I think your question was about your daughter if they were gonna move to a new place. Is that right? Oh, the Clueless deck is so much fun. We had so much fun laughing with the cards earlier today. Reliving the story. All right, Kathleen. Are you still here, my darling? Kathleen. Scotty likes that tequila. Okay, Kathleen. Here, this is for you, Scotty. Cha. Cabo only. Okay, so Kathleen, let's pull some cards and see what we can find out. Kathleen, and she lives with you right now? She lives with you right now, Kathleen? Will they move into the house? All right. I'm reading for Kathleen, and then Constance is my last person. No. Okay. Will they get to move? Ooh. She's packing. All right, Kathleen. I don't know if the situation is going to go the way she would like, but it is going to end well. Okay? Um the first card that came out is the 5 of Pentacles. If you remember the movie, right? This deck is from the movie Clueless. If you remember the movie, this is the guy that holds her up at um at the gas station, right? And he steals her purse and her money and her phone. And she's kind of left out high and dry, and she doesn't know what to do, and she calls Josh because she's on the bad part of town, right? And she's not supposed to be there. So I mentioned that because I feel like that's important to this reading. I feel like perhaps it is not going to go the way that she thought, and she's going to feel frustrated, and she's going to feel upset, and she's going to feel like her plans are falling apart, and she doesn't have a different, a plan B or another place to go. That's kind of the energy of this 5 of Cups. And I'm speaking towards her feelings, or the way that she'll respond, because then on top of that we have the 9 of Wands. Okay, and the 9 of Wands, like here you can see, if you remember from the movie, she was the captain of the Pisno Beach disaster relief, right? The fundraiser that they tried to do. And so for me, this card, 9 of Wands, is about being resilient, right? Like Share managing this was not easy, and it was something she had never done before, but she did it and it was successful. So the situation might start out a little bit rocky and may not go the way that she planned, and she may have a feeling one way or the other about it, but she should hang in there and not give up, because um, through these situations, through these hardships that we face, that is what builds our character and builds our resiliency to be able to handle things. And then the final card, which is why I'm telling you this is going to end well, is the Ace of Cups. You know, the Ace is a new beginning. It's a gift. It is an opportunity, a blessing, right, so to speak. So maybe it's not going to work out the way that she thought, but there is going to be a silver lining and it is going to work out. And it's one of these things, like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's kind of the situation that I'm seeing here. So hopefully that helps. um I'll pause there and let me, oh, I love Goonies. I'll pause there and let me know if that makes sense for you. Stranger Things. Here's the thing, Insight editions, they go back and forth, right? Sometimes they put out a deck and it's great, and then other times they put out a deck and it's crap. This particular deck, they did a decent job. There's hardly any like pip cards in here. It's not like Nightmare Before Christmas where that one is full of pips. This one and Beetlejuice, which I have right here, is they were well done. They were very well done. So I would say make sure to check YouTube and watch a couple of flip throughs, and just make sure, like, if you're comfortable reading with pips, it might be okay. But if you would rather see the people, like, I got the Clueless deck because I like the characters. I like the storyline. So I want to see the characters and their story in the cards. Um so anyways, that's my 2 cents. Nobody asked me, but that's my 2 cents. Many long nights with gin. I can't do it anymore. Oh my God. What about Goldschlager? That ruined me one night. Oh my goodness. Strange magic. I can totally see you screaming at kids. That's hilarious. Kathleen, hon, are you still here? Okay, thank you. She's feeling, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's awesome. And keep us posted, Kathleen. Come back and let me know how everything goes. I hope everything goes as planned, as anticipated, with minimal hiccups. Because life never goes the way that you plan. But hopefully everything comes together at the end. That's what I saw in the reading. That perhaps it's not gonna happen the way that we think, but it's all gonna come together in the end. Beautiful. Okay, so that was it. My last person is the beautiful Constance. Constance. Boom. That's for you. I think Fireball replaced Goldschlager. Goldschlager. Okay, you're welcome, my dear. I know we're right on time. Not without Jesus, it won't. Okay, well, that's your own personal opinion, bud. We don't push opinions on other people. Not at this channel, right? Not at this channel. Here, I don't push opinions on other things. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with your comments. I'm just saying I don't push opinions, and I don't want people to push opinions on me or my chat. Asthma Singh, that's none of your business. Air rates. Constance, whatever the universe says. Okay. Tutu, peep peep. That's actually funny. How are you? Yes, I am. Hi and welcome. Yes. My mods had to work extra hard today, so hopefully you come in peace. No, see? There we go. Little Draco. Little Draco had to come and mess it all up. Bye. Bye. All right. Let's it's been crazy. Let's pull out the big guns and clear energy. I don't know what a mud shark is. Is that the same as a mudfish? I don't know, but I'm offended. They look it up. They're using AI tools now, Desiree. What can I say to insult people in chat rooms? You thought it was your doorbell? Oh my gosh. You're right. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my God, I saw a video of a giant shark that came all the way to like the point where they almost got stuck because they were chasing a stingray. I saw the front of a plane, like the fan rotating in my mind's eye when you did that. Really? I had an amazing dream last night. You know what? When you ask your spirit team, they deliver. I'm just saying, they deliver. So before you go to bed at night, say your prayers, put your petitions out there in the universe, put your intentions out there because spirit is always listening. The situation of the world in 5 years, Lord. Thank you. Yes, readings are closed. I'm doing a final reading for my friend Constance. General reading for Constance. What does Cher have to say to Constance? Cher and D. D, take out your nose ring. Not one person said a movie line tonight. Not one person. I said 1,000 different movie lines. Probably I got them all wrong, but if you put a movie line in the chat, you get props. Get it? That's from the movie too. Props. Peep peep. As if rolling with the movie. Gosh, Elton, can you suck and blow? They should have put that in the deck. That would have been fun. Homie, don't play that. What's the other thing? Like Mentos, the fresh maker. Pretty trick with that accent, Hans. Oh my gosh. I'll be seeing ya. I hope not sporadically. Blade? That's I was about to say Denzel Washington. No, that's the other dude. What's his name? I mean, Constance, it's looking kind of nice here. Wesley Snipes. Yes, Wesley Snipes. I almost said Arsenio Hall. I don't know what's the matter with me. Oh my gosh, Constance is so pretty. This is such a great reading. Aw. All right. We have D coming in as the Empress. D coming in as the Empress. So This is, I think, the biggest thing that I remember from Dee is how she takes charge of the situation and how she weaves things to make them work for her, because that is how the Empress works. The Empress is very creative, and Dee was always like beautiful to look at. In fact, there was the one scene where she had like all those flowers in her hair, just like you would imagine, in the deck. They should have done that. They should have put what she looked like when she went to the wedding. That would have made a great empress. Um, yes, the purple tree. That could be a crepe myrtle. Maybe that's a crepe myrtle. I don't know if they have crepe myrtles over there. I know we have them here in Florida. I know you have them in Georgia. But yeah, we have Empress energy coming in. That's so beautiful. Creativity, I'm feeling definitely. And this like sense of beauty, like almost like, I don't think this card is connected to Venus because I don't know my astrology like that. But I get like that Venus energy with this character in particular, looking for beauty and wants everything a certain kind of way. And they aren't native though. Crepe myrtles? Oh, you have them in Texas. Okay. So yeah, so we have Empress energy. They're really good energies. And then we have the Queen of Swords, right? Speaking your truth. You remember Summer. She was like the goody two shoes, but she was always like, I'm pretty sure she was probably class valedictorian, right? Very smart, very in tune, a teammate. She was a team player. She was a team player. A lot of people think the Queen of Swords is, harsh and this and that and the other, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think that in this case, Summer relies on logic, right? She relies on logic rather than other things. The glyph on the shield in RWS. What shield? I don't know. I don't know. But we have, for me, the Queen of Swords. It's like truth. So you have that really soft feminine side of the Empress combined with knowing your truth, speaking your truth, and clearing out all the extra fluff that we sometimes get wrapped up in order to handle the matters that count the most. So, how about if we end this reading with the Nine of Pentacles? Wow! You have the Empress, you have the Queen of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. And remember this scene in the movie. This is where she's cleaning out her closet because she wants to make donations for the Pisno Beach disaster relief thing that she's in charge of. And she's never done anything like that before, right? Like this whole time, she's always doing, stuff that served her interests more than other people. This is probably the first time that she does something really great for somebody other than herself. And so she is having that moment, that wish fulfillment, that moment of wish fulfillment. So I do feel like this is a very positive energy, but also very well rounded. It's like all the different aspects. And so for you, Constance, this is a general reading, but I see, that softer side of our femininity. And that, but I see also that the clarity, that's the better word, the clarity. An owl just came into my mind. The clarity and the wisdom of the Queen of Swords. Both of those sides coming together to form the whole. And then because of that, you're having this Nine of Pentacles moment where you're blooming, you're standing in your power, you're reaping the rewards of all the work that you've been doing, all the hard work. It's paying off. It's been hard, it hasn't been easy. You've had to make tough choices. You've had to do different moves, try different things. You had to get creative. You had to make it work. So this is a gorgeous reading, I think, and perfect. perfect for you. I'm happy to see this come through for you tonight. I was told I had 2 owl heads in a past life. Worked with my hands, sigils, and healing. Oh, that's interesting. Debs, how are you? It's good to see you. Debs, I sent you a second email. Did you get it? No one's getting my emails. Sharbaddy didn't get my email either. Debs, did you get my email? I feel like I'm fiending over those clove cigarettes. Deb, did you get my email? Did you? You're welcome. You're welcome, my dear. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you for sharing your light, your positivity, your grace, your kind heart. I'm taking yours. Yes, you should. Here, I'm going to put it right here. Copy and paste it. I'm glad. Well, like, what do you guys think? That was pretty good. I think the deck read really well, actually, for being a funsy deck. I think the deck did great. We got a lot of readings. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Devs. I didn't even get your live update. You gotta click on the bell, and then when you click on the bell, like it might be on. There's 3 options: no notifications. Then there's one that says like customize or something like that, and there's another one that says all notifications. So you have to change it because if not, it doesn't tell you. It does not tell you. And there's I forget the wording exactly, but there's 3 options and you want personalized. Personalized means they send you sometimes yes, sometimes no. You want to change it to all. Because I get like when somebody's going live, if I have all, it tells me. So 30 minutes before Truth Wave, I get a notification that Truth Wave is going live. So yeah. A lot of people tell me that they're not receiving notifications, and actually like I feel like I like every day I have turn on desktop. Oh, desktop notifications. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's crazy. Okay, perfect. I shall check. I have been a long time follower. Yes, you have, Scotty. I appreciate you. You always show up correct. You always show up correct. Here, I'm going to send this to you. Boom. You get the unk. You get the unk. I love how it glows too. On the white screen, you can't see it, but when I look at my phone, it looks kind of glowy. Awesome. Well, you know what? You're new here? Well, we're actually just wrapping up because we've been live, I don't know, for 200 minutes, whatever that means. 4:44, 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to, oh my God, yeah. We've been going on for a while. You couldn't access Butterfly, Linda's. Oh, that's weird. Oh, you got a reading from Hershey? That's awesome for 2026. I love that. Yeah. I got a reading from yesterday. I went to Linda, Butterfly Readings with Linda. I went to hers and she gave me a reading for 2026. It was super cool. Welcome in from Ghana, Portia. I know the time goes by so super quick, but I gotta be careful because I need at least like an hour to like settle and maybe snack on something so I can be ready for Victor because I'm going live on Victor's channel. tonight for meditation and for card pulls. So Victor said that he figured out a way for me to be able to stream it on my channel. So hopefully we can do that tonight. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for letting me geek out over this deck, which was so much fun and an awesome, awesome reader. Yeah, if anybody watches the replay, which I don't know why you would, it's like 4 hours, but if you watch the replay and you get to this point, I give it two. Oh, the guy says that in the movie, the stoner guy. 2 enthusiastic thumbs up. Great holiday fun. He says that in the movie. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, anywho, yeah. It's a great little deck. Highly recommend. Reads well. Not just fun. Not just cute. It does help if you know the movie and you know the little scenes and you could pull it into the reading. That's helpful if you could do that. I've done that with the other deck with Nightmare before Christmas, and it's great. And then the next one that I'm gonna do is Beetlejuice. So maybe that'll be next week. We'll go through Beetlejuice and and fool around with the deck and see how it goes. Taking a deep breath. And taking a deep breath. All right, friends. Thank you, thank you. I think we're good. I'm gonna say good night for now. Ta-ta for now, and I will see you later. And have a good night. The trolls don't give up, man.